back to another Rory pop up. Yes, I am popping up. Why? Because y'all know I've been into some mess. Y'all know I have found some mess. I have. I've been in these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have found something that we need to talk about. I have found something we need to chit chat about. I found something that we even need to kiki about. Yes, I have. Now, I'm going to say this. This is not something new. It has been kind of being discussed a little bit by the squatties online, especially over there at X, formerly known as Twitter, lovingly known as the sewer, for about a day. I say a day and a half. And I've been watching it, kind of participating in it a little bit, and just gonna see what the squatties was gonna, what kind of approach that they were gonna have to get to the bottom of this whole thing. What am I talking about? All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this little fella up here. And this fella right here, his name is Jameson Stocks. And he's supposed to be some kind of celebrity chef from the UK. And the squatties have been digging and they can't really find any celebrities that he has ever been a chef to. Now, the only thing that he has to hold on to or his claim to fame is that he attended a funeral of this man who was a participant on RuPaul's drag racing show. Y'all know the one that RuPaul does, famous RuPaul. He hadn't been the celebrity chef to RuPaul. Evidently, he just knew one of the participants that was on the RuPaul show. So, this is his claim to fame, and I guess his opportunity somehow to claim, I guess, a self-proclaimed. That's what I'm gonna start saying. A self-proclaimed celebrity chef because I don't think anybody else is claiming it except him. But I digress. Well, he has popped up on the radar. Like I said, I'm going to put him back up here. Yes, this fine specimen of a man who looked like he has a horrible, horrible case of lice. And he hadn't brushed his teeth in some years, to say the least. Yes, this fine fellow right here, he absolutely decided to center himself and bring himself to the front, to the attention of the squatties. How did he do so? Well, he popped up, and I'm going to put the picture up here. He popped up on GB News. Yes, he did. And his whole thing was he came there to slam with Love Megan. And how did he show up on there? Don't nobody know, but he showed up claiming that he turned down working on With Love Megan. I kid you not. I kid you not. He said that he turned it down. And all he did was have criticism for it. He said he had watched it and it was just so fake. Oh, he just went into it. And we all know the people at GB News were just eating that up. Yes, they were. And let me tell you, they even posted about it. And here is GB News's post. And it said, this is what he said after he decided not to work on With Love Megan after Netflix supposedly reached out to him to get him to do so. He said this, if she was going to do something herself, she should do something herself and spell herself wrong. This is the kind of geniuses they got over there to to GB News posting on X, formerly known as Twitter. And this self-proclaimed celebrity chef Jameson Stocks revealed how he turned down Netflix offer to be a part of Meghan Markle's painful new Netflix series. Yes, this is what he out here talking. And all of a sudden, he just showed up on GB News. They found him, and here he was sitting up there, and they expect us to believe that. They did. They did. And I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatter said this: I can give up my virginity to prove that this man was hired by the royal family and their media rats in an attempt to approach Netflix, but was denied. Now, I don't know if it was all about them approaching Netflix or not, but I do agree with this squatter when they said this is about the royal family and this is a plan. I'm telling you, the fingerprints of that palace, both those palaces, I would not be surprised. But if I had to choose, I would say Kensington Palace. This looks like Christian Jones's nonsense. This looks like Jason Knopf fingerprints all over it because they think that they just that smart. But it is confusing to me that something like this, they really thought people was not going to be suspicious of this British based chef. Now, and I hadn't saw any proof that he is a chef, but he calls himself a self-proclaimed celebrity chef, that he would just pop up out of nowhere. And why would Netflix reach out to a UK based chef when it is so many acclaimed American chefs in California? And this series is supposed to be, and Megan said it was like a love letter to California. Why would they go way over to the UK to reach out to a chef? That doesn't even make any sense. And yet and still, here he was sitting on GB News. And like I said, the fingerprints of Kensington Palace, to me, I would say Kensington Palace before I would say Buckingham Palace, because we all know that they're not speaking to each other. So to me, this seems like some Christian Jones nonsense, some Jason Knopf nonsense, because I'm just really confused when it comes to Kensington Palace and that whole mediocre group over there. If they're just that stupid, or they think we are just that stupid, or is it both? I just don't know. They come up with these half-ham type stunts all the time, and anybody can see through them. Stevie Wonder is calling this man a liar because he can see through it. But yet and still, here he sits, clearly a paid plant. But I digress. But I agree with the squatty that the royal family is behind this. And the other squatty that reposted this said, I said it. They never fooled the squatties for a minute. We never swallowed it for a minute because he just popped up out of nowhere. And anytime somebody just pop up out of nowhere and just be on such a lowbrow media platform like GB News, come on now. Come on now. Are we supposed to believe that? Oh my goodness. I cannot. So then this happened. We were right. We absolutely was right. We was absolutely right because I believe that Megan's new communication person is on the ball. She is on the job. She is nipping things in the bud that needs to be nipped in the bud. And they got right on this and exposed them because it was a source that came out of Netflix that absolutely exposed this man for the liar that he was. And when you got the New York Post calling you out as a liar, oh my God. Ooh, the smear campaign is in its last gasp. They cannot even pull off a plant anymore. They couldn't. I don't think they ever could, to be honest. They have always been mediocre over there. They have always been second tier over there. They have never been ready for the world stage, and they prove it each and every day with, oh, stupid things like this. And this is a New York Post, and it says celebrity chef mm, Jameson stocks critical of Meghan Markle's cooking show was not invited to participate on Netflix series. Sources. Megan's communication person. Yes, I believe Megan's communication person. I can see the difference. I see where they used to get away with stuff, they don't get away with it anymore. She's on it. She is absolutely plugging the holes of everything that these people are trying to do. And I love it. I love it. I do. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And this particular Swati posted this. And I don't know what source this was in, but she absolutely posted this and said celebrity chef Jameson Stock, critical of Meghan Markle's cooking show, wasn't invited to participate on Netflix series. Sources. He sat up there and he lied. He lied and now he's been exposed. And I got a feeling if he ever cooked for a celebrity, that was the last time he'll do it. Because who would want someone in their home that would sell their soul to a tabloid or to a hate channel for dollars? He has proven himself someone for sale. Who would want that? What celebrity would want to put themselves in jeopardy to the point where this man would go and tell what was going on in their home? He has no discretion. He absolutely have no morals. He has no code of conduct. This man will absolutely do anything for a buck. Why would you want to have somebody in your home like that? But this particular squatty that posted that said this. We be new, we be new by the end of the day, they would be debunking their own lies. Exactly. They absolutely, I don't know if this was born from the rags over there, the tabloids over there, or this was born from Kensington Palace. But we all know they work hand in glove. But it, I love the way Megan's communication person, every time a small fire pops up, she put it out before it becomes a raging inferno. I love it. It is a great strategy, and I absolutely love it. I love it because this man needed to be exposed. And this is what some of the squatters are saying about it. Look at him. They say, Cole take a effing shower instead of trying to be relevant by lying about Megan. What kind of chef looks like a effing health hazard? Exactly. He looks like he has lice in his hair and his teeth look very unbrushed as if they have not seen a toothbrush in a moment, if you know what I mean. And look at his beard. He looks so unkempt and he doesn't even have a shirt on. And he wanted us to believe that Netflix reached out to him. Why would they do that when they have access to the top chefs, people who have absolutely cooked for celebrities before? You think Megan did not have access to all the top chefs who would love to come on her show? That she would reach out to someone like him, a totally unknown person way in the UK. You think Netflix would that's he would be someone that they call? And yet it's still the desperation is real. The royal family, the Kensington Palace dropped them right in their lap and they ate it up. And now they are embarrassed. I went to see if I could find this, and it appears that they have scrubbed it. It appears that they know that they pretty much have set themselves up for a lawsuit if Harry and Meghan, well, if Meghan chose to do so, because you knowingly had somebody on that lying. You should at least do your due diligence and check out a story that someone gonna come on your network and defame someone very famous and has deep pockets. And this squatty goes on to say, what kind of chef looks like a effing health hazard? He does. He looks like lice is falling off of him. And it says, who eats their food? I wouldn't even touch his food. Like, I'll be so scared. I'm telling you, he looks so nasty. And he looks real goofy, too. He looks like his IQ is below 70. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna put this up. And this particular squatty posted this from the New York Post, calling him out for the liar that he is. Like I said, you really have to be a liar for the New York Post to call you out. A lying, dirty scumbag. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? A lying, I just add a little to that and say a lying, dirty scumbag that was hired, that was bought and sold by Kensington Palace. Just bought and sold and planted on GB News to try to damage Meghan. Because Meghan is excellent. She threatens their core being. She troubles the demons that are within them because they know who they are. I'll say it time and time again. William and Kate, Charles and Camilla, they know exactly who they are. They know that they are subpar. When Megan showed up, it really became stark that these people was just so mediocre. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty, I'm gonna put it up, said the New York Post ran a story that said he never was invited on per as per source. Laughing my you know what off. I call BS from the jump. A show about California living asking a British chef to consult? Ha, no. Exactly. Why would they? When they have access to just a plethora of great chefs right there in California. Why would they have to go across the pond to find someone, an unknown? Only person that calls him a celebrity chef is himself. Why would Netflix go to somebody like that? It was so mediocre. William and Kitty Cat's team over there, that PR team, is such a piece of garbage. It is trash, let me tell you. It cannot even pull off a good plant. It can't. And without people knowing that it's a plant, if you were going to go to somebody, at least go to a California chef. But they know that ain't nobody ever going to do that. It's always the suckers that will take the bait to put your reputation on the line. But I don't believe this man even had a reputation to put on the line. And here he is called out for the liar that he is. I hope that little piece of pocket change that he got from the royal family or Kensington Palace over there was worth it because he will forever be known as the chef that lied. We will never let him live that down. Every time he shows his face, the squatties are going to post about it and we're going to talk about it and we're going to call him out. If he ever gets on a show or anything, we're going to be in those comments and really just call out whoever had some kind of memory loss or was not aware of who this person was. We're going to be informing them that he is a liar. He is a liar and he does nothing but lie. All I can say is, I hope it was worth it. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put his picture up. This is the last thing. I'm going to put his picture up. This goofy thing right here really thought that he could pull this off. Like I said, I hope the money was worth it because he definitely did not know who he was dealing with when he decided to mess with Megan. Because Megan has a new communication person and she is taking no prisoners. And I love it. I hope she was a squatty before she got that job, because she is moving like what how a squatty would move, because we go in and we take no prisoners. And I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Okay, bye.